Hello and welcome to the Monday Morning Reset. I'm so glad that you are here with me this morning. Well, yesterday was a really big day on the church calendar. We celebrated together Palm Sunday. And if you're not familiar with what Palm Sunday is, it's a day where we remember this specific event in the life of Jesus when he rode into Jerusalem, and I think about the imagery of that, right? Jesus riding in on a donkey and people laying down palm branches at his feet and crying out, Hosanna, Hosanna. And it was really, in a way, a coronation of sorts. People knew that this Jesus guy was special. They knew that God was doing something incredible through him, even if they didn't quite fully understand the implications of who he was and all that he would do. They knew that he was someone to be celebrated, and they looked to him for leadership, and they celebrated him that day. And Palm Sunday kicks off then for us Holy Week, which is what we remember as a church as the last week in the life of Jesus. And there are three really important days in the week of Holy Week. One is Maundy Thursday. So Maundy Thursday is when we remember what we call the Last Supper, right? It's the night that Jesus gathered with his disciples in that room, and he broke bread with them, and he talked with them, and he shared some of his plans, and he gave us now what we call communion. That first moment where he shared bread and said, do this in remembrance of me. And then he shared wine and said, do this in remembrance of me. And then he was betrayed that night. And so then on Friday, what we call Good Friday, we remember the death of Jesus. We remember his crucifixion. But then we look forward to Sunday, Easter Sunday, the day that we get to celebrate his resurrection and ultimately his ascension. This day where we get to celebrate the fact that Jesus was victorious over sin and over death, and because of him, we too have that same victory. And as I have been thinking about Holy Week and the fact that as a church we get to spend this time focusing in on this very specific period in the life of Jesus, I've been thinking about what to share with you all and what we can be reflecting on as we begin Holy Week together. And what I want to share with you today is this passage from John 17. Jesus is about to be betrayed, and he's praying. And one of the last things in this passage that we see Jesus doing before he's betrayed is he prays for all believers. He doesn't just pray for himself, though he does do that, and he doesn't just pray for his disciples, but he prays for all believers, knowing that he is about to die, knowing that he is about to suffer, knowing that he has precious last minutes here on this earth with his disciples, with his family, with his friends. He decides to spend time in prayer for you, in prayer for me, in prayer for all those that were and all those that were to come. And so I wanted to just share Jesus's prayer for all believers right before he is betrayed and arrested. And so in John 17, starting at verse 20, he says, I pray not only for these, but also for those who believe in me through their word. May they all be one, as you, Father, are in me and I am in you. May they also be in us, so that the world may believe you sent me. I have given them the glory you have given me, so that they may be one as we are one. I am in them and you are in me, so that they may be made completely one, that the world may know you have sent me and have loved them as you have loved me. Father, I want those you have given me to be with me where I am, so that they will see my glory, which you have given me, because you loved me before the world's foundation. Righteous Father, the world has not known you. However, I have known you, and they have known that you sent me. I made your name known to them and will continue to make it known, so that the love you have loved me with may be in them, and I may be in them. Jesus spends some of his last hours of freedom, some of the last hours he has in his ministry, praying for us. Praying that we will experience the love of our Father, praying that we will experience unity and that relationship with him will be restored. And so, friends, I just want to leave you with that thought this week as we remember the last hours Jesus spent on his earth, as we reflect on his death and as we celebrate his resurrection together, I want you to know that before Jesus died, before he was betrayed, before he rose again, he was in prayer for you. He was in prayer for me. He was praying that we would experience the love and the grace of our Father in heaven, and that we would have our relationships with him restored. And isn't that a beautiful thought to begin this week with? So friends, let's remember that together. May the Lord bless and keep you this week.